what you're thinking. You're thinking, it's 10 o'clock, almost 11. Michael hasn't said anything. He must have forgotten today. No. I just was up till 2 o'clock in the morning playing video games, so I needed to sleep. And then I showered. This is why there's a t-shirt on my head to let my hair dry. You know what? Let's get into the Bible. Also, I got real tired of trying to guess what translation Pastor is using. So today's verse, because it's so important, and you'll understand why here in a second, I went and looked up, I Google searched it, and found out it's the NASB, the New American Standard Bible. And then when I saw that, I remembered that is Pastor's favorite translation. So that's on me for forgetting. But anyway, we have Isaiah 41:10 today. And the reason why it's important, because if I remember correctly, this was Rachel's favorite verse when she was growing up. Now, as I was getting ready to take pictures, or as I was taking pictures and getting ready to come back to y'all, I just realized this is not going to be long. You all get nerdy Michael today, so let's get into it. Okay, so here's why you get nerdy Michael today. As you know, I like to look at the different translations and go over what's different, right? So the one that Pastor put on our paper from Bible study is, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, and I will also help you. I will also uphold you with my righteous right hand." That's NASB 2020. Yeah, so if you didn't know, translations do get updated every few years or so because there's more information that comes out, or different, or how we look at the words in our lives and all that stuff, right? The NASB specifically is the New American Standard Bible, right? So they try to utilize the actual language we constantly use in everyday American speech. And so the original one that most likely Rachel grew up on, well, probably was the King James version because she got it from Grandma and me, but also at the same time is the one I'm used to is the 1995 version. And what's interesting about that was I looked at what Pastor put in, and let's look at NLT real quick so I can get in my thought process. NLT says, "Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will uphold you with my victorious right hand." And so in my notes, the things I wrote down was I wanted to look at the fact that in NASB, it says fear and afraid, right? Whereas NLT says afraid and discouraged. And that's very unique because with fear and afraid, those are basically the same words. It's like God telling you, hey, don't be scared. I said, don't be scared. But with NLT, they're saying, hey, don't be afraid. And also, don't be discouraged. Don't think I forgot about you. Like, don't be afraid, and don't think that I just left you out here by yourself, right? And that's what I like how NLT does that. But what's interesting, though, is on my phone as I take pictures, right? My Bible app that I use for those pictures, I technically have purchased the 1995 version. I purchased that years ago when I was buying Bibles on my phone. That was back in the day where like streaming stuff was very hard to do. So you had to be attached to Wi-Fi to like get anything that you hadn't purchased, right? So I had not bought the 2020 version, but because I'm at home and I'm on Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, I was able to look up the 2020 version. But that was only because when I went to go on my phone and take the picture, I had the 1995 version come up. And 1995 actually says it differently. And I'm surprised that the scholars who updated NASB to 2020 changed this. 1995 NASB says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." And that's beautiful because that's closer to what NLT says, right? Hey, don't be afraid and don't be anxious. Like, I got you. I am here with you. And don't be anxious is very much on the same level of don't be discouraged. And I told you all about how NLT is more of a thought-for-thought translation, right? I believe NASB is more of a word-for-word translation. So I'm very curious to understand how they translate those words. And I'm not going to give you all those details, y'all. I'm not going to go deep. I could get on my computer right now and get on Bible Hub and look up the words they translated into afraid and fear and see if they were similar or all that. But that's stuff I do for when I'm preaching. I'm already almost at 6 minutes, so let me try to shorten this up for y'all. So the other thing that stood out to me was the difference between righteous and victorious. When you know the word righteous means right standing with God. And then victorious obviously means like you conquered, you win, and all that good stuff. And so it's interesting that they would choose righteous versus victorious. And me personally, I'm just like, righteous right hand. It's just like, well, you are God, so of course you have right standing with you. But then I heard the Spirit kind of move me into more of the idea of, that's the thing is, my hand is holding you up. It's saying that you are righteous. You are in right standing with me because I'm holding you up. And I was like, that to me is one more powerful than victorious. We already know God's going to win, but this is more of a personal relationship where it's again like, hey, you're okay because you're in right standing with me because I am holding you up, which gives more credit to don't be afraid, don't be anxious, don't be discouraged. And there was one more thing I wanted to do was I wanted to actually look at verses 8 through 10 because remember, I was reading Isaiah with y'all and expanding on my ideas. And Isaiah, again, is a book of prophecies of all doom and gloom. And God's like, I'm done. I've had it. I'm coming after all these nations, including you, Israel. Boom, 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 boom. But this is one of those verses where it's like, okay, cool. I'm only doing this though because y'all been acting up. And it's not gonna last forever. I'm not just gonna throw you away because you acted up. I'm going to punish you because y'all deserve punishment. But after your punishment is over, I won't bring you back. I tried to get it in there. But as for you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, my chosen one, descended from Abraham, my friend, I have called you back from the ends of the earth, saying you are my servant, for I have chosen you, and will not throw you away. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. Which again brings credit back into I would rather see righteous here, because again it's showing, hey, y'all acted up, but I'm bringing you back. Because there's going to be, what's going to happen is you're going to have the remnant in Israel who is going to start praising and start sacrificing appropriately and start following God like they should be. And because of that, that's when the Lord brings it back. Not everyone's doing that. We know that, right? Not everybody's suddenly perfect in Israel. Jesus still had to die. But there's a level of enough people who are saying, hey, we understand why you did this. We are sorry. We repent. We come back, right? We are coming back to you. And so because they are coming back, the Lord's like, all right, cool, bet. Now I'm calling you righteous again. Now you're in right standing with me. Now I'm bringing you back. So yes, you went through all these terrible things, and I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I gotta stay true to what I gotta do. You act up, I gotta let it happen, right? I gotta remove my hand of protection. But now you realize your mistake, and now you're coming back. Now you're having that proper relationship with me. So hey, I'm gonna go hard for you once again. I'm going to make sure that people know that you are my people, and they don't mess with you. And there's beauty in that. It comes up to again the idea of don't touch my anointed one, because when you were called by God, no one should be messing with you. No one. And woe to them that do. Anyway, love y'all. Happy Tuesday. I will see you guys tomorrow. God saying the same. Peace.